A lot of agents are asking, what happened to the promissory note, right? We've used it for a long time. What happened to it? It's no longer in zip forms. Did they just take it away? We're not using it anymore? What's the deal? Well, it's a reminder that January 1 every year, the rules committee gets together and rewrites the forms so that they can make it more confusing for us, right? Year after year. Remember, the earnest money agreement has never been as long as it is now, and they'll continue to make it longer. So keep that in mind. If you don't know where the changes are, you can go to orefonline.com and you can click on the Form Changes button. So let's go over just one of these form changes that everyone's asking about. That is the promissory note. So the promissory note has been around for a long time. We're going to scroll through. These are all the changes. You need to know all of these. But let's just focus on the promissory note as it stands. We get down to it here. The promissory note has been done inaccurately for years. In fact, many of you use a promissory note on a regular basis, but fail to actually do it the correct way. Why? Because it's an IOU and it's used as a monetary source. So what you would be doing is you'd be giving the original copy to the seller, and then when you redeemed it, the buyer would get that original copy back, the seller would get a copy of it. How often does that happen? I'd venture to say pretty much never. So to get along with the fact that it's an antiquated system, the Rules Committee has decided to remove it. Now, they've removed it. What have they done instead? Well, in Section 24, it reminds that earnest money is going to be deposited by the buyer. How so? Not by a promissory note, but instead, the deposit shall be payable by electronic funds transfer or a check drawn on collected funds and deposited within blank days. What does that mean? Well, it means if you don't fill anything out, you have 3 days. Otherwise, you can adjust it. My best practice recommendation is 5 days. You can talk to your managing broker about that. But within that deadline, you have the option to send it directly to escrow, into a client trust account, or as something else as follows. Because here at John L. Scott, we do not use a client trust account, I'd ask that you check the first box, directly with escrow. What does it mean? It means whatever you put in this blank must be deposited in that timely manner to escrow, and if it's not in there by 5 p.m. on the last day of the deposit deadline, you are in breach of contract. What this means for you. You no longer have to deal with an antiquated promissory note. You no longer have to worry about whether or not it's been redeemed and when the check timelines start, none of that. What you need to do is set a new deadline with your buyer on the day that you will give a cashier's check or wired funds directly to escrow. I recommend 5 days. You can talk to your managing broker and see what you want to do. Please go over the rules changes and know that the promissory note is no more. You're not missing it. Don't text me when you can't find it. Follow the new instructions. Have a great day.